Our next guests are the stars of one of HGTV's newest home remodeling shows, Stay or Sell. And what you can't see right now is Kendall's having basically a cardiac arrest. She's so excited. They're sharing some of the secrets behind home remodeling, including how much a kitchen renovation really should cost. Give it up for our friends Heather and Brad Fox from Fox Homes, everybody. Welcome back, guys.
Thank you. We're happy to be back.
Yeah, it was very funny. Kendall was in our meeting, and she goes, I have to try to contain myself. I love those two. Well, yeah.
Yes.
Well, let me start with this. Congratulations. Everybody, my mother watches HGTV religiously. It's hard to break out in a 400-channel universe. I read nothing but great things about the show. That has to feel good to get positive comments back from the community.
Yeah, it does.
Honestly, we always said, like, locally it was all that mattered to us, and everyone locally has been so wonderful, and they come up to us at the grocery store and all that, and that's really what matters to us is all the Minnesota folks.
And I mean this, it is really a good show. I'm not just saying, you know, everyone that I talk to, everyone's like, it's really, we're not just supporting them because they're Minnesota, it's a really good show. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so let's talk right now about kitchen remodels because, correct me if I'm wrong, and my father-in-law is a plumber, so admittedly I know a little bit about this.
Sure.
Remodeling a kitchen is one of the most expensive areas in your home to remodel. Am I right on that?
It really is. And it does sneak up on people. We get a lot of people who come to us with a great budget, but it's not quite enough to have a contractor do it. So that's why today we were hoping to kind of chat about real costs and give people hopefully some insight into it.
Okay, number one, research contractors.
Yes, that's super important. You know, we're a contractor, but we hope that people research us too. Talk to other people who've used us. We're happy to show you projects. Any contractor should be, projects that we've completed in the past or they've completed in the past. And talk to past clients too. That's an important thing.
Okay.
Because it kind of is like a little marriage. When you're doing a kitchen or
because you get into it. You get into it with your clients, and you're ripping their home apart. So
and it's a lot of money.
Them.
I mean, the stress with spending a lot of money, and you guys have to deliver not so great news sometimes, delays, and you know. It's,
I make him do that usually.
Way to go! Way to go! Multiple contractors. So research, not just don't go like, oh, my brother Phil recommends. Do multiple people.
I
would
think
say
so.
at least two,
yeah.
right?
Two.
Unless you have someone you've used in the past that you really love, obviously that's great, right? But if you don't know, I think it really is worth talking to a few, because on the scope of the project, you might have some different ranges. You might have different suggestions on what to do, things that they've seen. So. And
contractors, correct me if I'm wrong, have some specialties. Like one person may be better for your particular design of a house than another based on their years of experience. Am I right?
Completely.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, definitely stylistically, they'll all range. And then honestly, pricing right now on the market is pretty crazy. So you might just want to shop just because of pricing.
Crazy good or crazy bad? Like high?
Everything is expensive right now.
Labor costs are high. So when we're hiring plumbers and electricians, those costs are quite a bit higher. And material costs are really high.
My father-in-law said that, Hire a designer.
I think that's a no-brainer to me, but I'm a designer, so that's why.
Duh.
But I think that most designers bring something different to the table. So maybe you've been pinning things, you've been looking at pictures, but you know maybe those don't always work in your space. And just having someone with experience to help you draw plans, give you suggestions on appliances for what works for you, and cabinet styles and colors, and just kind of putting everything together.
And also, and we're looking at some examples right here. Also, don't you think too that because a professional designer, you guys become aware of things and trends and products and material that a normal person doesn't know of, that they haven't even thought about when they're dreaming up their spaces. That
is such a good point. I actually think that in most cases when people hire me on,
that's beautiful, by the way. That's
isn't that pretty? Thank you. Most people end up saving money when they hire a designer because we're finding ways to maybe do things less expensively. Maybe you found a $30 a foot tile that you love. A designer might be able to find that same thing, or a lookalike for 10.
Because of your resources.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. You mentioned this briefly. Number 4, start a Pinterest board.
I love Pinterest. It makes my job as a designer so much easier to kind of understand someone's style.
Okay.
And I think it really helps all of the clients too, even if they don't hire a designer, kind of understand what they like, colors, trends, fixtures, materials, and just kind of gives ideas. It's a really good way to start anyhow.
Right.
Number 5, financing.
Yes. So
yeah, that's tricky. So obviously you have to pay. So what we're saying is that most of our kitchens are coming in around $50,000 to $75,000, and that's not a small amount of
Now
money.
the other half of the audience is
Right, and honestly, we are honestly pretty moderately priced for the market. So we're just being honest, like that's where they're coming in at, and we have a lot of people that we meet with that have gotten 2 other bids that are at $100,000 for a kitchen. So I mean,
and we're talking like full kitchen,
gut
yeah.
job,
So like taking everything down and
right.
kind of building it back up.
Opening up a wall,
new
really
cabinets.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And isn't a big chunk of that plumbing is really expensive?
It is.
Sorry, Papa Haas, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Right.
Electrical and plumbing.
Yeah,
are-
the electrician and the plumbing, those line items on an invoice are usually the two largest outside of the cabinets, which, she has control over sometimes.
I actually, though, I think that there's ways, if someone's on more of a budget, using a box cabinet, and then sometimes what I'll do is I'll take like custom pieces and incorporate those in, or maybe the island is custom and the back of the kitchen is a boxed cabinet, and the box cabinet typically is a little bit less expensive.
You just made the point again, tricks that you know that a normal person won't know.
Right.
More with the Foxes when we come back. Stay with us, everybody. Is it?
How to take a garage down, right there. I thought that was going to be a lot more complicated. I am there to make sure that everything happens according to my plan. Our plan.
Well, yeah.
Floors. Keep the floors.
Floors stay.
Good shape. Please don't drop anything heavy. Don't dent. Don't nick. Let's try and keep them as good as we possibly can. For this, unfortunately, I think all of this has to go. I would like it if you could keep this, though.
We will.
I don't know what we can do with it, but try. Don't.
Well, there went that plan. Welcome back, everybody. It's a clip from the HGTV show Stay or Sell, and it stars our guests, our friends, Heather and Brad Fox. Okay, take me to that moment. What
Let's
were
just
you
relive
thinking?
that over and over
I know.
again. Yes.
Luckily, we are used to things not going perfectly, so you just kind of move on.
Have you gotten to the point that you've done enough episodes now where I say when something bad happens to me, I'm like, okay, or like funny bad,
Yeah.
I say this is horrible, but at least I can fill a segment on the show. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So have you
TV,
gotten to the
fine,
point where
yep.
you're thinking this is horrible, but
Yeah.
it's going to make really good
Yeah.
TV?
Totally.
Yeah.
Put it in,
with
fine,
with
whatever.
any remodel, whether you're doing a kitchen, large scale, small scale, there's a million moving parts. Something's going to go wrong. No matter how organized and great your contractor is, something's going to happen. So
We were talking about trends just a little while ago and the benefit of hiring a designer because they know the current trends. I'm going to go through some areas and just give me top of mind what's popping right now. Let's start with wood.
Okay.
Every decade has a wood that's in fashion.
Yeah.
What's hot? What should we be looking at right now?
I think we're trending to white oak. Like a nice light bleached oak is really what we're seeing.
Like
The
lighter.
audience is back.
Lighter.
They all came back
Yeah.
for the bleached oak.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was darker, and we kind of went through the walnuts, and now it really is. We're seeing so many lighter
Really?
woods. Yeah.
Cabinets too.
Cabinets too.
Not the yellow oak from the 90s.
Okay.
Not the honey oak.
We all laugh because we know those
We
cabinets.
all know that, yeah. But it's more of like a Scandinavian boho, that really light wood that works really well with
see
modern.
that.
It works well. She's done it with traditional kitchens. It's
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, well, let's stay with cabinets. Colored cabinets.
I think colored cabinets are always a yes in my mind. I'm a color fan. I mean, look at all your color everywhere around here.
I know
right?
this is Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
But color brings me joy and happiness. So I like incorporating it on a larger scale. And I think more people are kind of getting down with it now, where cabinets are not just white or gray or black. You're seeing blue, you're seeing yellow. I mean,
Green.
tons of colors.
Okay, but let me ask you. I'm thinking, are people a little afraid of color because it's a trendy type of thing that aqua might be in this year, but next year it might be. But then again, you can just paint it. I mean, if you're doing colored cabinets.
Always my thing. It's paint.
Yeah.
So if in 5 or 10 years you're kind of sick of the color, you don't have to change your cabinets. You just paint.
It'd probably be about $2,000 to $3,000 to have it all repainted.
Custom, professionally painted.
Professionally painted, yeah.
Backsplashes. What are we looking at?
Backsplashes, people are really into shapes right now. So, subway tile, if people are doing that, we are still seeing that, of course, too.
Yeah,
but kind of doing it in a cool, basket weave pattern. There's a local tile maker, Mercury Mosaics, that does amazing shapes, really cool tiles, some fish scales, boxes.
Because correct me if I'm
things.
wrong, as a designer, if someone's doing a very monochromatic, like a white kitchen, that is kind of your a cool opportunity to add a splash. Because
Yes.
your eye, am I right on that?
Totally,
Okay.
yep, bold patterns or even a little bit of color we're seeing.
Okay, hood vents.
So, okay, I think the days of the microwave above the stove as kind of like that venting hood vent are kind of trending away. So we're seeing like actual hood vents built up above the stovetop, and people are hiding those microwaves away. They're putting them under a cabinet. They're putting them in a pantry.
Drawer microwave.
A drawer microwave, yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Drawer microwaves?
It's pretty snazzy.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
They're a hiding microwave. Walk-in pantries with backup fridges.
Yes.
We have backup fridges now?
This is huge. This has been something that we've been seeing with a lot of, especially larger families where they have 3 or 4 kids, which so many people do that we've been working with. We have a lot of large families right now. Having that extra fridge for, a lot of times you have like the freezer in the basement or the, soda and beer fridge in the basement. Like this is just secondary milk and, cheese and all those things you actually use every day.
Well, it sounds extravagant, but it'd be $1,000 or so. You're not going to do a high-end fridge in your pantry. It's just
Right.
a
No.
It's like the basic
nice
white
simple fridge, but
fridge.
My mama,
Backup.
Mama Haas has one. We call it the milk and Bud Light fridge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
there you go.
I'm actually very serious about that. But anyway, no, that's a
I
great
like it.
idea, though. That is, especially for people who have cabins and for extra ice. And that
Yeah.
is, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, let me be really quick before we go. What can you say without getting in trouble or / jinxing? What do we know about a new season? Anything?
Yeah, we're hoping to know more later this month.
Yep,
Okay.
there's a
So-
big thing in LA where they all get together and blah blah
There's
blah. We don't really
potentially
know.
some
So
reformatting. There's
Yep.
some, we're kind of, you know what though? Life is great. We're just kind of trucking along, crossing our fingers that something happens. And
I'm optimistic.
We hope
I
it's
think
you.
it's going to happen. I think I do. Give it up for Heather and Brad Fox, everybody. For more information, head to foxhomes.com and support them. Watch every episode, people.